And hello there, it's your Frogman here, King Pepe the Second, bringing you some more Star Rail, and gonna be attempting to finish the story of 2.7 with Sunday and Fugue. So, how is everybody doing tonight? Everybody well? That's what I like to see. And hello, RX. And yeah, I did read your message before as well. So, do you wonder if Harpy would have gotten it? I definitely know he would have gotten it. That's not even a question. He would have gotten it had he had, you know, the expenses to do it too. I would have done it. I would have done it in a heartbeat. I would have gotten Eclipse's mouse pad in a heartbeat. Okay? I would have done it. I really would. But anyway, guys, sorry about that. Talking about another game here too that I stream and upload on my YouTube channel, Brown Dust 2. Go check it out if you haven't already. It's amazing. Great quality, fantastic story as well as character design too. Okay, Star Rail, guys. Okay, so last we left off, we found Fugue. She woke up in this unknown facility. It looks like her at a space station, by the way, which I'm sure it is. And that's basically where we left off at. Sunday, he met up with Welt. Welt discovered his true identity. He is now going to follow him around to make sure he's not going to do anything, suspicious. We met up with March 7th and Stell, or the Trailblazer in this case. And now we're trying to, I guess, decide on what to do with Tingyun, because Tingyun apparently multiplied. There's a whole, wonderful paradise of Tingyuns all over the place in Penacony now. They are each a part of the real Tingyun, because they both have like different personalities, but each personality trait of Tingyun is actually something that makes her, well, as a whole. So that's basically how it is going down with that. So let's get started. Back to the story. I'll do my dailies on my own time. Let's get it. Let's get it. So let's see here. As the saying goes, sow your Tingyun in spring for a healthy harvest in fall. That saying doesn't really seem to apply here, and there is more than one puzzle to be solved. How did Tingyun become Tingyuns? And how did they traverse from death back to reality? Well, I guess we'll find out, right?
Don't be afraid. What is this place? No matter what you see, you only need to remember one thing. You're not alone. Who are you? And who am I? Is that where I came from? And where does this path lead?
Okay, so this is where I left off. So, welcome back to where I originally left off at. Okay, so yeah, I didn't know that choice was going to do that when I picked it. But this is where I originally left off at. So, let's continue. I'm not sure if it's me or if like the color of the screen got darker. Actually, it did get darker now that I remember. Okay, so yesterday where I left off, the screen is like this, like, I don't know if you guys can pick it out, but the color scheme changed. In all honesty, I like this a lot better with Acheron. I gotta admit it. I love how like the dark color It actually really works for her. Anyway. I'm going to put Tingyun because she is the main story's... well, you know what I mean. She's in the main story here. I'll put Acheron here as well.
Our paths cross once more. Ready for another dance, Memo Keeper?
You love her design? You know, I actually love the new Tingyun's design a lot. I love the dark hair. Along with, first off, the red. I love, like, how it's not too light. But it's just the right amount. I don't know how else to explain it. Oh, yeah. See, this is why I wanted to pull for Tingyun. Or Tingyun here. I love her new design so much. You know? But it's like... Do I go for her? You know what, guys? Do I go for her? What do you guys think? Do I go for Tingyun? I don't have a break character other than Gallagher. If I get Tingyun, she would legit be my second one. Okay? Oh wait, no, that's not true. I have well, I have Stell. I have her, like, you know, her harmony form. But she only helps, you know, with break effects. You know what, guys? I'll go for her. You guys are going to see this then. I'll go right back to the story. You know what? I'll go for her. I'll go for her, guys.
This haven of memory.
I know that...
Every touch, every moment is like a thorned rose.
I know I didn't... I wanted to save up. I actually really did. But it's like... It's Tingyun, guys. It's Tingyun. So, I'm going to do it. Let's get it. Hopefully, by the time the new, you know, the collaboration event happens, I'll have saved up by then again. So, initially, I was never going to do this. So, you're going to actually now see me pull. I wasn't going to do this originally, but I love her, so let's get it. Who knows? I might get lucky. You never know. So let's see. Let's see how well I do. See, what I normally do is I save up a bunch and then I go all out for a banner. That's what I normally do, mind you guys. That's what I normally do. I hope I don't lose, like, it out on, Hey, Yukong! I can now E5 her, I believe. See, normally I never have an issue with, like, E6ing my 4 stars. Just because when I do go all out, I normally E6 them. Because, like, normally I would save up, like, over 100 or at least 200 tickets. No joke. That's how I usually do it. And, then I just, like, roll. Really? You haven't? You never E6 to 4 star yet? Really? I know 5 stars are hard to do. It took me 3 rerun banners for Kafka before I E6'd her. Now, I did not even wail for her. I actually saved up for her for those 3 banners. Kafka was my very first E6 for a 5-star character. Right now, Right now, Acheron is E4. I tried to E6 her in the last update that they had with the rerun, but it wasn't meant to be. So I'll wait for her third rerun banner. And who knows, they might actually have it very soon, in fact, just because, you know, of all these reruns they're doing in the next update. So you never know, we might actually see her again. But it would also make it a lot tougher because in the end, still, I would have to make that decision where I'm like, okay, now I'm going to have to, like, decide over the new characters and everything. And why do I want to E6 Acheron? Well, because I love Acheron. Is there any other reason? Is there any other reason why I wouldn't do it? Well, I know Kafka already had her 3 reruns. It really is going to depend. Like, what... That's why I said, like, I feel like eventually they're really going to have to, like, you know, have, them put into, like, the ordinary gacha pool or, or what's it called? You know, but might as well do it, right? Might as well. But yeah, so I'm just really shocked they've never done it yet. I mean, the game has been out for quite a while now, you know? It's almost been 2 years since it's been out. Ling Sha? Well, Ling Sha's gonna be in the rerun. Okay, guys! Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I'm gifted the Tingyun Fugue. Please tell me I got her. Let's go, fam. Let's get it. And as this momentous occasion, as I always do, I always take a screenshot. Because I can. I hold on to the memories, guys. And I'll finish off Misha too. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so guys, do I go for the light cone now? Because I could try and get the light cone. You know what? I might as well go for it, right? I don't know. Are the are the light cone banners different from the character banners? I don't remember if that's a thing. I'm greedy. I mean, the thing is, my thing is, guys, when I go for a 5-star character, I always go for the light cone as well. That's why I save up so much in the first place. You know? The last time I actually rolled was, the last time I rolled for a character was Fei Xiao. Yo, I have so many of these. I have so many of those light cones of Luca's. It's like insane. Yo! They're gonna bring it on home for me. My darling. My darling. My darling here. Let's go. Let's get it. And why not? Why not add Luca there too? Look at him. He's always watching out for me too. That's actually the best I think I've ever gotten on a like home draw and a character draw. In fact, I think this is actually the best I've ever done. I'm trying to remember if when I pulled for Fei Xiao, it was the same thing. Actually, I think Fei Xiao was actually. See, I saved up a bunch for her too. That was the thing. I think I had more or less the same. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while, guys. That was last year, right? But anyway, guys, despite me trying to remember that, well, looks like I was blessed with this. I'm very happy. Tingyun has always been a special part of my journey because the thing was, and not a lot of you guys know about this, but when I was first starting off in the game, Tingyun was actually my most used character in the game at that point. And actually, there was like a voting, well, not a voting, but it was like this, they had this one poll of your most used character was, and Tingyun was actually #1 on it. So I used it for a lot of my team builds for like support. No joke. It was her and Kafka really that I used a lot of. But when it came to who had the longest, it was Tingyun. Well, my 4-star Tingyun. Do I go for Firefly? How lucky would I have to be, right? How much luck would you guys think I need? I would legit have to roll her the first try, and then the second try, I would have to get this, right? What are the odds would that be, though, right? Well, I got my darling Tingyun for the pull. I'm very, very happy with that, in fact. So, let's go meet her, in fact. Let's go meet her. Where's she at? Where are you at? Oh, yeah. Let me go idle on the lovely Yukong here. Yukong, when are we getting your 5-star? When is this happening?
The heavens are vast. The kite flies where it wishes.
It sure does. And then there she is. There she is. But Misha, I haven't forgotten about you, buddy. Let's level you up here.
The one thing I look forward to? Growing up, of course.
I don't.
The one thing I look forward to? Growing up, of course. The one thing I look forward to? Growing up, of course.
To think I missed it by 1. But you know what? It's okay. And then we go to Tingyun. Okay, Tingyun. My darling Tingyun. Let's equip it. There we got it. There we got it. Okay, so as for her recommended gear, I had a feeling it was going to be this one too. I had a feeling it was going to be this one. In fact, this is actually the best super break gear you can get right now. The other one that is the Watchmaker set, I think is more for like supporting a break effect, right? This is legit just a DPS break effect here. Okay, but I'm gonna have to build her up, obviously. Effect hit rate, break, speed, effect hit rate. Well, for this set, we want a lot of break effect added to it. So, because we are going for the 250%. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Oh, look at that. We'll switch it to there. Oh yeah, Harpy. By the way, I think I'm gonna roll for Liberta. I might, depending on her stats and her skills, I might actually roll for her. But I'm also thinking about skipping on the Onsen and waiting for Blade to make her debut. I was thinking about this too. Ventana, don't get me wrong, I love Ventana and BD2. However, the thing is, I don't use concentrated fire in a lot of instances. And also, when it comes to, like, PvP bosses, not PvP, PvE bosses, I mean, I don't really know if, like, she would be the best, because there's a lot of, like, special, like, it's the special, what do you call those? Oh my gosh, I completely forgot the wording for it. What is it called? Conditions. There's special conditions that have to be met for Ventana to unleash your full potential. And for me, I just kind of do it like, you got an AoE attack? Okay, let's use this. You know, that's like me. Oh, you got a DOT attack? Let's do this. That's me, man. What can I say? You guys don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Brown Disc 2. Talking to my friend Harps here about it. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna use this. Speed. I mean, to be honest with you, I actually am gonna put speed in her boots. Now, obviously, we're gonna have to do a little bit better with this, but as for now, this is just gonna have to do. Okay. Obviously, we want break effect with this. This has gotta happen. She also needs fire damage, right? Am I right, or am I right? Oh, look at that. It has both of them. What do you know? I'll take that. And let's see. This is the one I want break effect for. So, any great break effects besides... Okay, so the main stat actually has to be break effects. Unfortunately, I would go with this one, but it's not a main stat. So... I guess in the meantime, I'll do this. Even though, yeah, I mean, I know. I said main stat, but I'm going to try and re-roll it. Or, you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. Okay. So, this is what she's going to be doing from now on. What do I need to level you up? Let me see. What am I doing? Yeah, what material do I need? Just thought about this. It's like, wait a second. Ah, what am I doing? Oh, this is what I need? Really? Okay. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Okay, obviously I'm not going to mess too much with this. I'm just going to go to a certain level, and then I'll, okay, well, I reached my level. Never mind. Oh, it's really that. Really? Interesting. It's that material. I didn't expect that. Okay, I'm going to level her up to...
Metamorphosis is always about breaking free from the past.
It sure is. Couldn't have said it better myself, Tingyun.
Metamorphosis is always about breaking free from the past.
Got that right. I mean, what would you guys metamorphosize into? I know it's a really weird question. I don't know why I said that. I apologize. Where do I get this at? Wow, so we are actually going for I actually didn't expect that. I thought we would go for like a newer material. We're going all the way back to Yarillo. Interesting. Well, I know it's a great question, right? Isn't that a great question I posed, guys? I know. I'm good with that. Okay, let's go back to the story now. Let us go back to the story. Let me go accept your friend request too. There you go. You call yourself Doctor? Okay, Doctor. Oh yeah, let me go do this. I'll take that. Wow, to think I only got 2 days left of this. That's scary. Wait a minute. How many days do I have left for doing this? Oh my goodness, guys. Yeah, this has got to get done tomorrow. That's got to get done tomorrow. Okay, let me go. Let's go back to the story. Well, you guys saw what I rolled. I hope you guys enjoyed that with the rolling and everything. Let's get back to it. I wish I could view how much she's leveled up. You know, for the meantime, I'll use... You know what? I'll use my own. I'll use my Fugue. Oh, she's level 80. Oh, we better keep her there. Never mind. Just in case I get into a fight, you know? I'm going to need somebody that's like a level 80. You know what I'm saying? Let's go find where we came from, shall we?
This path is so dark. Yet it's strange. The farther I walk, the more at peace I feel.
God, I love her design so much.
Could it be that this isn't the first time?
What do you mean, Harpy? Transform?
This path is so dark. Yet it's strange. The farther I walk, the more at peace I feel.
Look at those blades shimmer. I mentioned that last night too. Okay. I just wanted to...
See that this isn't the first time?
That's who you transform into. Oh man.
So familiar. Does she want to lead me somewhere?
Tingyun, wait up. I just met your clones. Oh yeah, by the way, okay, so guys, I forgot to mention this. I'm always mentioning this before I do a video. So when it comes to cutscenes, you know the drill. I'll always stay quiet during them, and I'll talk right afterwards. So, and I'll also answer anyone's questions in chat as well. Forgot to say that. I'm sorry. Here we go.
The life support pod is ready. There were only minor issues.
That's great. Otherwise, that person from the Xianzhou might not be able to hold on much longer.
You're still trying. There's no precedent for saving someone who was destroyed by a Lord Ravager. Will it even work?
I'm not a genius, so I don't understand the logic behind it. But if she says it's possible, then it must be.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where I am? Can they not hear me?
Oh my gosh, are we having an outer body experience? Like, are we projecting ourselves? Yo. You know, I heard a lot of talk about that type of stuff growing up, right? I don't know how I would, like, feel if I were able to do that, right? I mean, imagine being able to, like, do that to yourself, right? Just, like, astral projecting yourself. I mean, the thought of it is like, it's exciting to think about with, you know, being able to do something like that. But at the same time, it's, like, also scary, you know? An astral body experience. What would I do in my astral body experience then? What would I do? That's a good question. What would you guys do? Let me ask you guys that in chat. Another question for you.
This girl is...
Okay, observation log, day 6. I mean, if you want to read this, go ahead. I'm just gonna kind of skim through it. What happened to the other days? we don't got day 5 through 1, or 1 1 through 5. I can't talk. Hmm. So is Ruan Mei gonna make an appearance here then? Hmm. Interesting.
Tingyun. What a familiar name. Do I know her?
Don't question it. Keep moving forward.
It's you again. Who's talking to me?
Yo, we're hearing voices, man. Never a good sign.
This girl is... Tingyun. What a familiar name.
I was just curious
know
to
her?
see if she says something else. I like to do that from time to time. Okay, so seems like Ruin Mei is gonna make an appearance in this. Haven't seen her in like a hot minute. It's been a long time. I can't even remember the last time I actually talked to her, in fact, or seen her in a cutscene. And Harpy, I read what you said, by the way.
These are...
All this brings back memories, right? Heard a space station?
These are wounds left by the destruction. They have taken root within your body and cannot be removed.
The destruction? I don't understand. Please, who are you? And why won't you show yourself?
I can't go to you. All I can do is wait for you to finish walking this path.
You want me to go through here? Do I have to fight it?
There's no need for that. It's too dangerous, and you can't do it anyway. Don't fight it. Embrace it. Try to coexist with it. Think of it as feeling your own scars.
My scars? Wait! Is this called coexisting?
I mean, you.
Don't worry. As I said before, you're not alone.
I mean, you took a long time to decide. I'm just saying there.
Things can never go back to how they used to be.
Share good fortunes. Destiny isn't chosen. Il fate is there. Destiny for oblivion.
In the mood for another beating?
Dream vanished.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Let's seize this fine moment. Clouds scattered.
What do you want to know?
Ill tidings manifest.
Another journey begins. Through waters of oblivion.
Memories are ever changing. Beneath the water lies an endless abyss.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
How can it be? Why are there still so many of them?
Yo, is this like just? Wait a minute. Is this just a hangout? Like, we just like hanging around here? Look at this guy. What is this about?
The ones from before weren't defeated either.
As I said before, you can't defeat them. No one can.
Ruane? Dude, I didn't even see her in the room until now. Okay, guys. I had a lot of thoughts about her way back then when we had to bring her that corpse of that... I don't know what beast it was called again. I honestly feel she's not a good person, so to say. Meaning, I don't think her personality is good. I don't think she is like somebody that's an ally.
You can fall into the darkness and die alongside these scars of the destruction. Or bring them with you when you return to the world here. These are your two choices.
Return to the world? What are you saying? Oh. No wonder those two ignored me.
Yo, she's having like an astral body experience. I called it.
Am I just a wandering spirit now?
Oh, look at her tattoo. Well,
Close, but not quite.
I need to know. You know what? I got a lot of questions after this. I'm going to state, but let me just have this play out.
So, I'm trapped between life and death? Existing in a limbo?
You can think of it that way.
Based on what you said, even if I should wake up, these wounds that caused my death will remain on my body and never heal? I don't understand. You appear to be trying to save me, benefactor. But why are you telling me all this?
It's a habit of mine. I believe everyone should have the right to choose whether they wish to return to this world or not.
Be that as it may, I don't remember anything. There's nothing to help me make a choice.
That doesn't matter. I believe the desire to live was born from nothing to begin with. You may also prove yourself to be the exception. I would also be pleased with that result.
How troublesome. But I suppose that's part of living.
Survival or destruction is no longer a choice for you. They both now grow along the same path. And only by walking this path will you break through the darkness and arrive at my side. Feeling more awake? Congratulations. You attained your very first victory in this tug of war. It's a good start.
This is...
Oh, wait a minute. I found my thumbnail. Sorry. I'll let it continue now.
Let me explain. You were attacked by a Lord Ravager. By all rights, you should not have survived. But someone didn't agree with that assessment, and it just so happens I was able to fulfill his request.
What about the other merchants?
I don't know.
Why me?
Because you were the most unfortunate. You fell into the hands of that Lord Ravager, who destroyed your body and spirit. Yet, you were also the most fortunate. Her desire to claim everything about you for herself meant she needed time, so you were spared instant annihilation. There is only a fine line between resurrection and escaping death. Yet, they couldn't be more different. If you had truly died, I would have been powerless to do anything for you.
My body feels strange.
I'm sorry. I can't let you regain your ability to feel just yet. You'd be in excruciating pain. Your body was contaminated by the destruction and suffered severe damage. As I said before, these wounds will stay with you for the rest of your life. To prevent its resurgence, I made some minor modifications to your body. Or more specifically, your tail. You'll have to learn to adapt to it. Unfortunately, the inescapable price of survival is often more adversity.
Regardless, I'm grateful to you for saving my life.
There's no need for that. This was merely a transaction. With this, the debt between the traveling merchant and me is clear.
Who?
Don't worry about it. You should sleep for a little longer. By the time you wake up, you won't remember any of these details. I'll arrange for someone to send you home. Which reminds me, you seem to have some dependable friends with close ties to you. You should go with them. It can only help with your recovery to hear more about your past.
Are you all right?
Did I pass out?
Dude, that third choice. Sorry. I'm sorry, it's that third choice, man. Like, come on.
The tuning rebounded and affected 1 week instead. This is no ordinary woman.
I suppose there's no point in hiding it from you anymore. Miss Tingyun is originally from the Xianzhou. She had an unfortunate encounter with a Lord Ravager who robbed her of her identity and left her on the verge of death. While she miraculously escaped with her life, her body suffered terrible injuries beyond all power to heal.
But something happened to change that outcome?
Yes, a genius got involved. She's very accomplished in the field of life sciences and managed to grant Miss Tingyun a shot at survival. After that, she asked the Express to escort Miss Tingyun back home. We made a stop at Penacony along the way, partly to allow her some time to convalesce.
I'm so sorry. I thought no one would be affected if I hid inside a dream. I didn't expect so many mishaps to happen.
That's all right. So long as nobody was hurt. Can I get something to drink? I feel like I've been asleep for 10 years.
That's fine. We should find another place to talk anyway. We drew some attention with that commotion earlier.
So glad again. I'm a local, you know.
You'll have to make do.
In any case, I must thank the both of you for your assistance.
It was nothing. Now that the matter with Miss Tingyun is resolved, are we meeting your other two companions next?
There's no need for that. Mr. 1 Week is in poor condition, so let's wrap up your farewells first. I'll leave Miss Tingyun in your hands.
Huh? But, Mr. Yang, the messenger from the Xianzhou is almost here. You're not coming with us?
I trust that you can handle it. Besides, Himiko will be there. She'll be able to handle any decisions should you run into any difficulties.
Okay. We better hurry then. This is ridiculous! How come I keep bumping into colleagues?
Okay, so now that I can say things,
How come I keep bumping into colleagues?
so when May mentioned a traveling merchant, the one that stuck into my head immediately was actually Locha. Hold on. Is this volume too loud? I kind of feel at times this volume is just really loud. Anyway, so yeah, when May said that she basically paid her debt to a traveling merchant, Locha was actually the first one that popped into my mind, because if you remember, Locha said that he was a merchant in the guild on the Jianzhou way back, right? And he's really the only one I think that would make sense in that, you know, for him to be related to what she said. Because obviously Welt wasn't the one that asked. He's not a merchant, you know. And how many other merchants do we know, right, that are traveling, so to say? Now, I still have a lot of side missions I never even got to from the Jianzhou, but I know that he stuck out to me the most because obviously he looked a lot like, you know, obviously Auto Apocalypse from Impact Third. And that's why he stuck out to me. Even till this day, he still does. But, you know, I don't know. That's my hunch. I think that's who she was referring to when May said that. As for all those other, you know, Ravagers there, I don't know. Like I said, ever since that mission we had a long time ago with May wanting us to basically bring her back a beast, right? And that's when obviously we met Dr. Ratio as well. Like, I've never really trusted her. You know, I never really trusted her ever since then. And I still don't trust her that much either. As for the IPC, I definitely don't trust Jade and Topaz. I actually don't trust those two. But May, I don't know. She's kind of an enigma to me. But I still don't trust her. Still. I don't know. But, you know how Hoyoverse likes to throw curveballs here. You know what I'm saying? So, who knows? I don't know. Things might change down the line. But that's my take on it. Okay, let's go see what everyone's up to. See, so we're about to return to the... Oh, we are. Interesting. I'm gonna buy some gifts? Okay.
Where are you planning to go next?
Could you give me some time to think about it?
It's like, no, we can't. I'm not gonna give you any time to think about it. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, this is like my first team. I never knew why I put them first here. And I put them here cuz like I mainly use this team. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, let's find a spot for Tingyun real quick. So who could I use for Tingyun? See, I don't really have a lot of break characters. That's the thing about it. Like I only have really like, you know, Stell here and Gallagher. I obviously I don't have Firefly, you know. I wish I did. I wish I had her. I kind of want to just have her on the team just to have her, to be honest. But I don't know who we'll find out. We'll fight later on.
Planning to go next?
Could you give me some time to think about it?
Shall we keep going then? Did you forget already? Miss Tingyun is going back to the Alliance, so we're here to help her pick out souvenirs.
I'm not too familiar with this planet. I'm worried an unscrupulous cutthroat merchant will try to take advantage of me. Luckily, the people I want to buy these gifts for are friends you already know on the Xianzhou. So I'll be counting on both your stakeholder intuitions for recommendations.
So she actually still retains the memories then, right?
As if a merchant could seriously take advantage of you.
Oh, I already picked up a few gifts earlier. So that means there's only 3 more left to go. But we've already lost a lot of time. So we better not drag our feet.
You got that dude throwing out rainbows over there still. Yeah, see, I got so much to do in this game still. But, you know, I'll get it done. I'll get it done on stream though. There's too much at this point with side missions that I can't really even make videos about them. You know, there's just too many of them. I still haven't even done this one with Dr. Edward still. I still haven't even done yeah, done that, you know what I'm saying? There's just so much. I never even did the mission with oh my goodness, with Jing Liu. Yeah, I've never done that mission yet. I'm actually in the middle of it still. So, yeah, I'm way behind in side missions.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Hello there. It's my first time visiting the Dreamscape, so I wanted to buy some local specialties as souvenirs for my friends back home. My two friends here are more familiar with the Dreamscape and recommended your shop, so I'm here to take a look.
Why, you really know how to flatter. Go ahead, browse all you like.
First we have Lady Fuxian of the Divination Commission. What do you think best suits her? Lady Fuxian has such refined taste. The Xianzhou really has changed a lot in the time I've been asleep. Let's go with your suggestion. Next is General Tingyun.
I actually didn't know that me picking that would be, well, I guess what we just get. I thought she would say something like, I don't think she'd go for that. Let me see. Some Panaconi shares. I mean, in all honesty, I could pick that, right?
That's not your decision to make.
I decided to pick it.
That's the kind of treasure I've always yearned for. But the General's position won't allow him to accept such a gift.
Oh, you're telling me the first choice for Fuxian was right? It was a launcher? Really? I just picked that out because I wanted to see it was funny. Let me see.
Come to Clock Studios theme park to learn more about the history of the planet of festivities. I think the General will like this gift. Finally, we have Lady Bailu of the Alchemy Commission. She loves excitement.
Let's see. I'm actually, like, I was thinking about this because she always talks about food. So maybe this?
That's a good idea. It might be commonplace, but it's still the specialty of Penacony. It would make for an ideal gift to bring home. That's all of them. Please wrap them up for me. Thanks to both your help, everything went smoother than I expected. And it looks like we still have some time to spare.
Why don't we pay another visit to the Dreamscape sales store? You can find memory bubbles pretty much anywhere, but Penacony's dream bubbles are extraordinary. Even if we don't get them as gifts, we can keep them as souvenirs for ourselves.
A souvenir for myself? That's definitely an idea I can get behind. But there's one more thing I wish to do. Since this is our last stop, could I have a word with you two in private? Perhaps somewhere more secluded. I'd like to discuss a personal matter.
Is she gonna mug us? Okay, let's see here.
This is a good spot.
Miss Tingyun, what's this about?
You've looked out for me during our travels together these past few days. I'm truly grateful and can't thank you enough. But there are some things I find difficult to forget. I feel it's only right that I tell you what's on my mind before we part ways. Do you too still remember what it was like when you first saw me?
How could we forget? She was so shocked. She was frozen in place when she shouted.
Exactly.
I was gonna pick Sparkle, but I held back with that.
And that's precisely why I haven't been able to shake off this strange feeling in the days since I started traveling with you. When I asked for your names, I couldn't help but think that this first encounter was actually a long-awaited reunion for you. I've heard about what happened to you on the Xianzhou. And I've got to admit that Fantilia's disguise was so perfect, it was like another me tricking everyone.
Yeah, we couldn't even tell when you were replaced by Fantilia. I figured it happened when we were after Kafka. You vanished for a while. I thought you must have come back as a double.
But it was much earlier than that. That thought has me filled with sorrow. As if a piece of my life had been stolen away, and I had no part in it. That's what I've been puzzled about, too. I never actually saw how Fantilia managed to disguise herself as me. What was your impression of that Tingyun, if you recall? That's just the nature of the Foxians. It's widely known that mystery is the key to our allure. So, what did she seem like to you?
Guys, it's such a cute picture. I mean, it's tempting too, but I'll hold myself back. I was gonna take a screenshot because, I mean, come on. It is a nice picture of her, but I'll control myself.
I'll just assume that's a compliment. Maybe next time you could just say silver-tongued. Was there anything particularly memorable?
Now's not the time for those kinds of jokes.
Shut up, March.
Now the final question. In your eyes, am I just like the Tingyun you remember?
I mean, do I want to be honest? Because I would say no. If I'm being honest, I would say she's not like her. She's very, like, calm, you know? Compared to the other Tingyun, who was more, like, very hyper. Kind of like, in a lot of ways, she was just... Also, I don't know, I felt like she was also clumsy too, right? But she was also very good with, like, conducting herself, but I don't know, like, she just seems so different, this Tingyun, you know? I don't know, do I be honest? Maybe it's because the voice actress has changed. I don't know, like, I don't see or hear, like, you know, she's not really the Tingyun that we knew back in the Jianzhou. Obviously, that was Fantalia the entire time, but you know what I mean, right? I'm more of an honest person, so...
Wait, don't you find that question a bit weird? You're the real Tingyun. Why compare yourself to an imposter?
Miss March, you might have the wrong idea. I'm just feeling a mix of regret and relief.
Uh-huh.
As a merchant, staying well informed is crucial. It's only natural for me to stay updated on the events of the Luofu before I return. If I had rushed in and out back then, I wouldn't have been much help. Instead, I would have postponed the trip and sought assistance from allies, but in that case...
We wouldn't have crossed paths.
Exactly. Based on your description, that Lord Ravager was indeed cunning. Her demeanor mirrored mine so closely that it felt like she was living my life for a few days, rather than merely disguising herself.
I mean, in all honesty, it's like one of those things where I'm gonna have to just get used to this because this is, I believe, the real Tingyun, right? This is how she really is, how she really sounds, acts. She's more along the lines of, like, very well put together. I don't know. I guess that's not the right way to word it, but I guess more mature, I should say. Like, compared to how Tingyun was on, well, Fantalia, I guess. It's gonna take some time, guys. It's gonna take some time for me to get used to this.
I regret missing out on your Sanzhou journey. But everything that unfolded afterward, aside from the scheming, played out exactly as if I'd been there. This leads me to consider another possibility. Fantilia had stolen a piece of my life, and a Foxian always gets even. I will not be taken advantage of. I must take something back from her as well. But after thinking it over, the only thing that could be considered equal value is the bond I have with all of you. That thought has brought me great comfort. And now I know how to speak to you properly. We've never even met before, and here you are, offering your help, just as before. I should have treated you with respect, but fear of Fantilia made me act like somebody else. And now, I will reclaim everything I have lost. And it should begin with a proper acknowledgement. Dear benefactors, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you. looks like we're off to a good start. Moving forward, I'll definitely be trying more things like this from now on. And you, my dear benefactors, will be my source of courage.
Miss Tingyun, that's way too over the top. Just don't make any risky decisions. It might overwhelm her.
We'll see. I just hope the Tingyun in your memories won't be tainted by Phantilia anymore. Alright, no more questions. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. Let's continue on our way.
Well, I don't know. I mean, when you think about it, it's, you know, it's like you're very, like, I feel conflicted because it's like, you know, here we have Tingyun, the real Tingyun, right? But then it was like, at the same time, the Tingyun we thought we knew on the Jianzhou was actually Phantilia, you know, who obviously took the identity of her, right? I mean, yeah, I'd be conflicted, right? But getting to know the new Tingyun, well, not the new, but I guess the real one, you know, I'm gonna look forward to it. I hope to see her more in the story as well. You know, even in the future, even after this, I know we're gonna have that huge Amophorius, you know, story though. However, but I really would like to see more of Tingyun now that we officially got to meet the real one, right? That's how I really feel about it, you know?
A dream about eons? Welcome to the Dreamscape Sales Store. Dr. Edward at your service.
We're looking for some dreams to give as gifts. Something exotic and preferably captivating.
Just a friendly reminder, being too picky won't help you find the best dreams. Just to dampen your spirits ahead of time. That being said, there are always some lucky exceptions. Not too long ago, I procured a dream bubble that sounds perfectly. The story unfolds in the Shenzhou Alliance, where a young sword master strives to become the sword champion. However, his junior Foxian sword just turns 100, puts him in a tough spot.
Why does that sound oddly familiar?
Since I'm returning to the Xianzhou, I think it's better to choose something unrelated to the Alliance. Feel free to pick a few for me.
I love customers like you. So easy to work with.
So easy to take advantage of, you mean? Just don't pick anything weird, okay?
Oh, speaking of dreamscapes, I have a gift for you, my benefactors. After troubling you all this time, I couldn't leave without properly expressing my thanks. Here's a dream bubble for you. I hope you enjoy it.
Wow. That's really nice of you.
Here are the dream bubbles I prepared. Thank you for your business.
Well, it looks like everything's finally in order. I suppose it's time to head back?
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe it's time for Miss Tingyun to leave. I'm not ready to say goodbye just yet.
I mean, I'm not either. We just got to know her again. The real her. And she's leaving? Well, hopefully something like that doesn't happen again, you know?
Yeah, we got delayed on the way. Mr. Yang will explain in detail when he gets back. Has the messenger from the Cienjo arrived yet?
Long time no see, everyone.
Madame Yukong?
I've imagined this moment many times. I was worried I might embarrass myself in front of you. I even rehearsed every word beforehand.
Guys, the reunion. Oh my goodness. Yukong. I love Yukong a lot. Okay, I'm sorry.
But now it seems it was unnecessary. Tingyun, I'm here to take you home.
Madame Yukong, I wasn't expecting it to be you. What a wonderful surprise.
I wanted to come because, after all, it's you who's coming home.
Yeah, me of all people.
Your body. It's going to be tough from now on, isn't it?
I've already escaped death once. What more could I ask for? Also, it's not all bad. I might even beat you at arm wrestling now.
You're still the same, carefree as always. I have a lot I'd like to tell you, but I'll save it for the road. It's a long journey back to the Luofu. Even if we can't completely rid you of the pain, there must be ways to alleviate it on the Xianzhou.
I have no doubt. But since we're alone here, may I ask you one more thing? Do I really have to go back to the Luofu?
Why? You don't want to?
Despite Fantilia's ruthlessness, she spared me when I should have been eliminated. And why did Miss Ron Mei, who has no ties to the Xianzhou, go out of her way to save me? It seems as if I've become a pawn in someone else's game.
There are people within the Alliance who also believe that the suspect is now on the Yuchua.
If that's the case, it's all the more reason for me not to return to the Luofu and complicate things. I might as well take advantage of this situation.
Take advantage of the situation? What do you mean?
Right now, the marks of ruin inside me maintain a delicate balance. Moreover, they were created by Fantilia herself. If possible, please inform the General and arrange for me to meet with the Marshal. Maybe this body of mine can help the Alliance get one step closer to the Xianzhou's enemies.
When Ron Mei visited the Luofu earlier, she mentioned what happened to you. This coincided with when the message sent by the Astral Express arrived. The Arbiter Generals concluded that Fantilia did not intend for you to survive. If utilized strategically, this could give the Alliance an element of surprise. If we follow this plan, we must keep your resurrection hidden. But before making any decisions, I want to know what you think. If you wish to go home, I'll support you, no matter what others may say.
Then I'm glad. I shall save you the trouble of hearing what those people may say.
The road ahead is perilous. If you decide to take it, I won't stop you. Maybe I'm being selfish, but I still want to know. Are you choosing this because it's what you really want?
I've come to see myself clearly in this dream journey. Perhaps it's what people call a blessing in disguise. There is someone who can attest to my true intentions. Please follow me. She should be around here somewhere.
Is that...
After a strange encounter, I was fragmented into multiple Tingyuns, each embodying a different aspect of my memories. And one of them hasn't returned to me, because she ventured too far. Until now.
Guys, this is one of those perfect moments where it's like, you know, I get to see them together like this, right?
You mean her? What is she doing?
She's captivated by something that has deeply mesmerized me. As a fleeting emotion, she's no different from a newborn. Her boarding this ship was solely down to her inner impulse. Madam Yukong, do you remember? Perhaps that was just an ordinary flight for you, but for a certain child, that was her first experience with the sky.
Of course I remember. Back then, you were still young enough for me to carry.
You probably still can. Want to give it a try?
I'm afraid you'd be too heavy for me now.
Just kidding.
I remember you kept begging me to take you to the star skiff, and even dreamed of becoming a pilot. But once you were airborne, you were so nervous that you clung to others for dear life.
This flight was a turning point in my life. The boundless cosmos unfolded before me. I was completely mesmerized, not just by the view, but by a realization. In this world, there are paths beyond waiting for us to explore. Even though I lacked the talent to pilot the star skiff and wasn't much of a warrior, I still chose to travel around with the Merchant Guild. Even to this day, this thrill still courses through me.
That hasn't changed?
Never. Now I can embark once more on my journey as a traveler of no return, exploring the paths that lie beyond. Speaking of which, how are things with the Whistling Flames?
I've left Yan Ming in charge for now. He's reliable, but he can be a bit extreme, and might not always follow your principles as a traveling merchant.
My principles. forsake what others fight for, and take what others abandon. That's the way to navigate the world and achieve my goals. I will continue to uphold my principles. But now I've also learned that while these merchant principles may apply to humans, they falter in the face of the gods.
But this shouldn't fall on your shoulders to begin with. You are simply an innocent survivor in this war.
Madame Yukong, you were once a survivor in the war too, weren't you? In a hazy dream, I vaguely remember someone telling me that the inescapable price of survival is often more adversity. But Madame Yukong, the gods use humans as pawns in their cosmic game, sacrificing countless innocent souls. Have you ever thought about making them pay?
Every moment of every day. But as inconsequential as we are, how can we escape the fate of being mere pawns? If I could choose, I would never want you to become a pawn. I just wish you could still be that carefree little fox, not caught up in this war.
Don't be disheartened, Madame Yukong. Thanks to the favor of the Lord Ravager, I've become a player in this game. Remember, it's often the unassuming pawns, the lone traveler, or the worm that subdues the dragon, that leave even the best strategists helpless. So, now I'll become a cunning speck of dust, and make those masterminds behind the curtains sneeze a few times.
Is this place also affected by the Order?
No, I'm just here to bid farewell. I changed my mind along the way. This journey has too many variables. So it shouldn't matter if we add another.
How did you know she would be here?
I didn't. I had a hunch and decided to try my luck. It seems I can be lucky sometimes.
It's not like you to leave things to luck.
I'm trying to change too.
I don't think you need a bystander in this scenario. Go on ahead.
You're not worried I'll take the opportunity to escape?
I believe you're the kind of person that has the ability and desire to use everything to your advantage. But that everything does not include Miss Robin.
Thank you.
Now then, Mr. 1 Week.
I'm not leaving. No way.
Let him stay. He won't be in the way. I actually need 1 week to be there. She shouldn't be seen talking to a fugitive, no matter the circumstances.
You don't intend to reveal your true identity to her?
Both parties don't have to be aware that this is a farewell. I shouldn't put her at risk for my selfishness.
As you wish.
Shall we go then?
Let's go. Our journey can't begin if I can't take this first step. Didn't expect to see you here, Miss Robin.
My name is Wanweek. I'm a member of the Nightingale family.
Too kind, Miss Robin. You must be very busy. What brings you here to Dream's Edge? Well, perhaps the dreamscape is not so different from reality. When we look up into the night sky, the stars aren't really there. The glimmering lights we see are merely the images of stars from long ago. So, have we ever truly seen a real sky full of stars? No, no. Today is my rest day. There's going to be a show later, so I came early to find a good seat. It's somewhere farther away. They say it's a farewell performance. The kind that's better to listen to from afar than watch it performed live. Miss Robin, may I stay here with you to gaze at the stars before the show begins? Still, these stars are unfamiliar to me. I don't recognize any of them, and it makes me feel uneasy. Perhaps it's both. The Stellaron disaster may not have had any real consequences, but many guests still chose to check out. Now the hotel feels quieter than before. It makes me wonder what Penacony's future will be like. I just hope it will not negatively affect you, Miss Robin. Did the person you wanted to say them to leave? Sometimes, what's in your heart doesn't need to be dressed up in words. Maybe he already knows what you wanted to say. If you don't mind me asking, who is it that you wish to encourage? There are many such people on Penacony. Failure is like the setting sun to a dream chaser. It's something that happens every day. I believe they all have the willpower to start anew. Especially after receiving a smile from you, Miss Robin. Are you saying that's not true? Failure may be a good thing for someone like that. Being able to reflect on one's actions is a valuable quality to have. Why is that? I hope so. The dream jigsaw. I see. I'll do my best. I'm still inexperienced, so let's just hope we get lucky. It seems we've been blessed with good fortune today. another Dreamweaver probably left this behind. It's a habit for this profession. They hope to use these blessings as a foundation for the dreamscape. The second jigsaw piece. Is this a pair of wings or a decoration made of feathers? We should keep looking. It's done. Have a look. Soon, I shall travel to those unfamiliar stars, none of which I recognize. But as long as you continue to gaze upon them from here, then those unfamiliar stars will one day be the place of our reunion.
That didn't seem like a perfect goodbye.
It's enough. I only meant to stay quietly by her side for a bit. But why did you do those unnecessary things?
What things?
Those 2 notes. If someone finds them, they can be used as evidence against her.
Huh. So you can do whatever you want as many times as you want, but I can't? I don't want to live with regret for the rest of my life either.
Live with regret.
We're almost done saying our goodbyes, right?
Yes, we only have one last stop. But before we leave, I have a question I'd like to ask you, Mr. Yang. I'm curious. Why did you become a nameless?
Why the sudden interest?
I always had a feeling that you would never give up on someone who needed help. After spending time with you, I'm even more convinced of this assessment. At this very moment, there are countless worlds above the sky still waiting for the arrival of the Astral Express. Yet you and your companions have chosen to stay here. All for an old friend you never knew, and a notorious fugitive. To trailblaze means to forge ahead. Yet, you stop and spend precious time on people just passing by. All the while you believe this is the natural course of action?
That's not what I think at all. Besides, the watchmaker also made a similar choice.
And because of that, he bid farewell to the Express and never walked among the stars again in his lifetime.
Not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if we leave the Express, some trailblazing paths will still continue. You can think of it this way. The title of Nameless doesn't belong to any one person. Each individual will have their own view of what it means to walk this path and will always try their best, no matter the situation. The goal of my trailblazing is not the unknown world, but every living being who exists under the stars. In my homeland, the name Welt means world. It suggests that each person is a world unto themselves, and that we harbor as many possibilities as the distant stars. The connections I gain on my journey are what is most precious to me. This is my way of the trailblaze and the reason why I decided to stay here.
Why me?
Like I said before, I left my home in a hurry too. I know how you feel right now. I also know that a person will only be able to truly face themselves once they've decided to say goodbye to their past, the same way you're doing right here, right now. There was never a third person with us, was there?
I told you he'd find out.
I should have known nothing could escape your keen eyes. Since you already know 1 week's secret, there's no need for me to build up suspense. Let's go. We'll head straight for the finale and take our final bow in this farewell performance.
So, I know I've been quiet for quite a while, but I wanted to see how a lot of this played out, and I really didn't want to talk during, well, everything. But, welcome in, Psych-Jin. I hope you're doing well. But, Is Robin still here? Where's she gone? Oh no, she's gone. To be honest with you guys, to me this symbolizes a lot. And to make it eternal. I shall do this, then. The Bellabog Knight. Oh wow, look at that. I actually love the way it looks like this. Okay. It's time to say farewell. Oh, you did? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, guys. You ready to say goodbye to Penacony? Well, let's go. He must first fly forward, or fly toward the stars. So wait a minute. Who is this then? Yeah, he mentioned there was never a third person here. Then who is this? Well, I guess let's find out. I would try and use Tingyun, but she's not built. I literally just got her about what, 20 minutes ago. So let's end this chapter, guys.
It's your call. What kind of dance do you want this time?
I know you can hide your appearance, but trespassing on restricted family grounds is still a bold move.
Don't worry. I won't take too much time. I was a child when I first visited the Grand Theater. I remember seeing the light behind the curtains from here and believing it to be the morning star guiding me toward the land of the dreams. When I returned here many years later as the head of the Oak family, I finally learned that the light was actually a Stellaron.
Now that you've returned to the stage, what are you planning to do?
Prepare for my departure. I've always believed that a person's starting point should also be his last stop. Have you ever seen the elderly at the end of their lives? As they welcome their final moments, they invariably raise their hands, stretching their arms into the emptiness. Much like how babies also stretch their arms into the air when they are first born. Humanity flaps their wings twice as they complete their journey. Once when they are born, and once when they die. In order to flap my own wings and soar again. I will say goodbye, here, to the me of yesterday. I really hate this face. My expressions feel so dull and lifeless.
I see. That explains why something always felt off about your appearance. The halo above your head that symbolizes the harmony, it's been missing since the moment we reunited.
It's true that this ring was bestowed upon our people by the heavens. But that doesn't mean it can't be thrown away. While I was in the gallery of thoughts, at the entrance of the dream, I chose to completely sever the halo from myself.
Why?
I am a fugitive, after all. I must remove any chance of being detected by the family. Another reason is to feel pain. A pain like falling from the sky with broken wings that can keep me awake. This is how I can cast aside all the blessings of the harmony and the order and, for the first time in my life, enter the sweet dream as an ordinary person.
Is that also how Mr. 1 Week came into this world?
No. You wouldn't believe the real story even if he told you. He was born from an accident. One that you're actually quite familiar with. It was that try not to laugh challenge. Quite embarrassing, to be honest. I was roaming around as an ordinary person when I unfortunately fell into that Pepeshi's trap. The prank that fragmented Miss Tingyun also divided my fragile self into two.
Are you saying that he's a part of you? That's quite surprising given that you two look nothing alike.
You could say he's another possibility of me. I too was once a child, with aspirations buried deep within. Over time, those childhood voices grew increasingly faint. Maybe if I had made a small change in my childhood, I would have turned out to be exactly like him. What a pity. Failing to become a better version of yourself. So, my final farewell will be like that of Miss Tingyun. I will perform a tuning on myself and return to my complete form. And this also means that 1 week will vanish for good. That's why I said this was the last stop. Is there a possibility that you will be the one who disappears? No. This is a foregone conclusion. But who's to say there won't be any changes? Maybe deep down, I'm also anticipating this possibility.
Regardless of the outcome, you will have a witness. I'll be waiting for you in the audience.
Much appreciated. Now, shall we begin? Anticipating this possibility, you've really changed. In the past, you wouldn't have tolerated any noise at all. I'm about to embark on an unknown journey, where it will be impossible to maintain my orderly life. I will have to navigate unexpected surprises, much like today. You're not ready at all, are you? I feel unsettled, maybe even scared. Ever since I left Penacony, I could no longer control everything. Don't flatter yourself. You can't control anything. But isn't that how it is for most people? My fear of the unknown may be a weakness, but your presence has shown me that surprises aren't always bad. Meeting you has been a great help to me, and I'm glad to have discovered this side of myself. I also feel grateful for the opportunity to tell you this in person. I truly dislike you. What? Are you sure you didn't mean the opposite? I must admit, many of your qualities strike a chord with me. There are times when I want to joke around, freely express my thoughts, or openly share my dislike of a person. Or my fondness. I want to tell her that I love all her songs. Then go for it, Sonny. You always talk about locking the bird in the cage, but you're the one who's trapped. Look at yourself. Besides discipline and hesitation, there's nothing else in your life. If you continue living like a slab of marble, you'll break into pieces when you fall. But I won't become like you. I simply can't. I dislike people who are frivolous. It makes me uncomfortable to even emulate them. If I fail, I will still uphold my principles, such as decorum and stateliness. As for the harmony, my stance remains the same. Whether it's you or the paths, if what I once doubted, or even opposed, becomes the force I must rely on in the future, then this time, my true heart will guide the tuning. I'll leave it to you. What is this? Leaving your fate entirely up to a coin flip? This isn't like you at all. Did you lose your mind after being run over by the Express? Or were you possessed by that IPC gambler? Failure is always the best teacher. To save more lives, you must first understand what they live for and what they die for. The best way to achieve this is through personal experience. You see? I'm already starting to make changes. Whether it's us merging or one of us disappearing, I'll leave the tuning to fate, and see if I can embrace all that I detest. Only then will I truly be able to walk among the living, in their world. But what if you can't do it? Well, that's out of my hands. It will just prove that I'm still the same person. The person who always disappoints his sister.
So, in the end, Sunday chose it up to fate. Well,
Falling is just another name for flying. That's why I rejoice at my broken wings. Step into the mortal world to see how it truly is. Then, be born as a human and die as one.
Give me strength, Robin. Let's end this. Doesn't this feel familiar to us, right? Walking down this red carpet again, except we're fighting ourselves, right? Let's put the past now behind us and soar into the skies.
And with my last breath, I'll join the weak in reaching my hands toward the sky. On the planet of festivities, whatever identities I once had, they no longer matter. It's not the gods who answer us, but ourselves from the future. I don't have much to say. But, as it's time to part ways, here's one last piece of advice. When telling jokes, be sincere. Don't sweat the details, and above all, don't explain them every time. Never mind. Maybe it's better for you not to joke at all. No objections from me. This is so annoying. How did I become so dull? Well, despite everything, try not to be too hard on yourself. There will always be people who are sad. Planet of festivities, land of the dreams. I say goodbye to my home. Should one desire to leave the stage for good,
One must first step back onto the stage.
as expected, the trickiest thing is tuning yourself. These dissonant sounds are much too harsh.
So, wait a second. So, this has a proper name then? The Great Septimus? Is that how you pronounce it? Well, this fight is about to go down a little differently from the last time I fought, right? Hopefully. Let's see. Dominicus, the Wisher of the Harmonious Choir, is one of the many embodiments of Jipe the Harmony. Due to the interferences from the Order, his appearance is different from before. Materialized as the hive mind's response to wishes, the hymns he conducts can reshape the world and create new laws per the wishes, and all who made this wish will become the source of his power. I mean, it's gonna go a lot differently than before.
This mortal form will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Mind your manners.
I weep for the departed. It is hard.
Echoes of the past need not fade away. Follow me to the stars.
Destined for oblivion.
It's of no consequence.
Destiny isn't chosen.
Good brew.
I improved upon Acheron's build last time I did this.
Free will, or was it fate? I weep for his heart. It's his fault.
Time has come. Let it be revealed. Is it inevitable for me?
In the mood for another beating? How's this taste?
Destiny's
Will
hand
overcome
has
the
truly
thorns.
blessed me.
This mortal form. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Destiny.
Disorderly noise.
Again?
Noise is fading.
Memories are beneath the water lies an endless abyss.
Please do not. No! No, Acheron!
Destiny isn't chosen.
Dude, I was like saying, please don't hit her. Ah!
My friends? Indulge yourself! Disorderly noise. The confidence. With wisdom comes
Will overcome the thorns. Tormented doubt, farewell.
Okay, Gallagher.
time to mix things up.
I can't thank you enough.
I didn't know that a hit before would do so much damage to her.
If I could do it all again. All things are part of the melody. Sing into the breeze.
It's of no consequence.
No, I'm doing it on normal, guys. Okay. Let me do this again. Okay, Black Swan, I'm gonna have to switch you on up with someone else. In all honesty, I wanted to use Sunday because I want to end this with Sunday. You know? See, my normal team is this. This is who I usually have on my team. But I want to end it with Sunday instead. You know what I'm saying? This is who I usually use to fight this boss with. Okay? But I want to have Sunday because it's a main story, right? And I want to end it on that note. You know what I'm trying to say? Ah, do I do it?
As expected, the trickiest thing is tuning yourself. These dissonant sounds are much too harsh.
See, I don't have Firefly. Unfortunately, I never went for her.
Another journey begins. I weep for the departed. It's his fault.
Step up, let's see ya.
Echoes of the past. You need not fade away. Follow me. To the stars!
Why is everybody silent? Noise is fading.
Free will, or was it fate?
embodied and sweet. My friends, indulge yourselves!
Relax. I weep for the departed. It is so far.
Time has come. Let it be revealed. Is it inevitable for me?
That's really impressive, though. Firefly being at E2. It's really nice. See, I saved up a lot of my J when I went for Acheron's rerun. I have her currently at E4. I was trying so hard to go for I was honestly trying to go so hard for like E6.
Time to say
You know? She legit would have been my second E6. Had it happened, that is.
stand still.
How's this taste?
Thanks. You're too good to me.
Noisy.
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
Destiny isn't chosen.
I weep for the departed. It is so far.
Relax.
Memories are beneath the water lies an endless abyss.
Still waters of bliss.
I can do it all again.
Well, I lost my healer. That's not good.
Stand still.
I weep for the departed.
See ya, bitch!
It is so far.
On this 8th day, I grant myself departure.
Well, how should I address you now? Mr. Sunday or Mr. 1 Week?
Whichever you prefer. He's probably mocking me from inside right now. Thank you for accompanying me through all this, Mr. Yang. This farewell journey has come to an end.
What are your plans after leaving Penacony?
At this point, there's no need to hide things from you. I believe there's more to the incident involving the Stellaron on Penacony.
Are you suggesting that the Dream Master wasn't the one controlling the Stellaron?
Don't worry. The Oak family was indeed behind seizing the Stellaron and resurrecting the fallen Eon during the Charmony Festival, and you've already defeated them. But Mr. Gopherwood once told me that all the Order's efforts were aimed at avoiding the same mistakes that the Harmony made. My guess is that the family from the Montour system must be involved. Unfortunately, too much time has passed to verify that. Penacony is just a small territory, and even the family heads with their authority cannot enter the sacred site of the Harmony and inquire about the true will of the Great One. worst case scenario, if Xipe turned a blind eye, how could the strong defending the weak hold up? Mr. Yang, I just want to tell you this. The Harmony has more than one side. They can be the most steadfast ally of the Astral Express, or the most fearsome enemy.
Well, thank you for being honest with me. The efforts of the crew on Penacony were driven by the same concern. After all this, the Harmony and the Preservation will keep the situation on the planet of festivities in balance. With the momentum from the Trailblaze, more forces will arrive and Penacony will become a public space in the cosmos. Freedom is the only answer the Nameless can offer. I'm glad that Penacony needs it.
You and I both strive for a peaceful society, even if our reasons are different. And you've gone even further than I have. If not for our paths, perhaps you and I wouldn't be in opposition.
Don't sell yourself short. We're not fundamentally opposed. Otherwise, you wouldn't have shown me mercy in front of the Dream Master. This shared journey is my way of repaying you. After all, you are one of my trailblazing goals.
About that, you've given me many insights as well. Humans are the measure of everything, and no one is the sole savior. Creating a paradise remains one of my lifelong ambitions. As I move forward, I realize I must build it brick by brick. Therefore, I have a request that I hope you'll consider. While I lack the will to trailblaze, nor can I become a true Nameless. I admire your convictions. Perhaps what I need, more than asceticism, is knowledge. Therefore, after leaving Penacony, would you consider letting me come aboard the Astral Express and travel with you for now?
So this is why I brought him here. Mr. Sunday wants to join us on the Express. Of course, I can't make that decision alone.
I learned the most valuable lessons from my past opponents. Please, say whatever's on your mind.
Is that Halo real? Okay. Sorry. Let's see here. Why? 2 and 3, dude. I'm not gonna say that. I'm no longer the newbie. It's like, finally! Nobody can walk all over me. I mean, to be honest, I actually do want to hear what everyone else has to say as an opinion. Because it wasn't just me that fought him. Even though, I guess technically, you know, it is the Trailblazer, right? But I do want to hear everybody else's opinions, though. I mean, am I allowed to hear them? I mean, I don't have an issue with him joining. I just want to know what anybody else has to say about it. Or should I just say, he can join? I don't know. I really do want to hear people's opinions about it.
Well, you did get nerfed after turning into a good guy. So I guess I'm okay too.
He got nerfed. Thank you, March. You know, your input always, like, you know, just holds so much weight.
Thank you all for your forgiveness. Perhaps I'll find the answer I'm looking for on this journey. And when that day comes, it'll be farewell. Until then, I will do my best to fulfill my duty as a passenger.
Now that our business on Penacony is settled, it's about time we get back on track and prepare for our next warp jump. Try?
No, we're still not quite there. Indeed, this is only a minor ripple that no one will ever notice. So, you must also understand, for a genius, the importance of asking questions outweighs the importance of the answers themselves. So-called magic has its own set of principles. There are no mysteries in this universe that cannot be solved. So, all-seeing presence, I ask you this. What is divinity?
Dude, it's a big eyeball. Okay, guys, that concludes the story of 2.7, and I did it in 2 days. Can you imagine? Not me, right? I didn't procrastinate. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with this one. Obviously, I got to do a bit of video editing for my YouTube channel. But nonetheless, it'll be up and running. Hope you guys had fun with it. And I'll also be doing a, well, I guess a reaction type video and discussion with the trailers. In fact, I'm going to play all the trailers in my next video before Amaphorius' debut. And I'll discuss it. You're more than welcome to join in the discussion here on my Twitch channel and on YouTube as well, because I am going to do a multi-stream of it. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe on my YouTube video. It does help me out a bunch. And, well, I'll see you all on the next journey to the stars. And I know despite how we didn't hear like Himiko's voiceover and Robin's voiceover and Don Hung's. I get that. If you want to find out more about that, just look on YouTube. Trust me, you'll find out what happened. But regardless, I still had fun with it. I have a great imagination, okay? So I imagine their voices being spoken through the lips, okay? So, what are my final thoughts about 2.7? Well, let's see. Before I head on out. Beginning of it, seeing Sunday again, you know, it actually brought me a little bit of joy. Not going to lie. Felt a lot of joy seeing him again and seeing on what his journey was going to be like. Saying goodbye to Penacony, the place he grew up on, what he watched over, what he cared for, nurtured, and saying goodbye to someone very close to him, his sister, Robin. And, you know, I had a feeling Robin knew who he was, despite how, you know, he appeared to her as. I knew right away that when I saw Robin's eyes, like they lit up for a brief second. I knew, I was like, she knows who this is. And then we found out that, yes, like a little bit afterwards, she did make a comment like, you know, you still can't say goodbye, you know, face to face, brother. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. I had a feeling she knew. She's not an idiot. As for Fugue, you know, I'm really interested to see what she's gonna be up to now. Hopefully, we do get some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of maybe even a companion mission. I don't know, to see what her side is gonna be, because I'm really happy that she's back. You know, for Yukong, I don't know if Yukong's story with her is finished. It seems like they came to some sort of like, you know, I guess agreement. It seemed like in the end, despite how Yukong didn't really want her, you know, to make that decision, she'll still accept it. And it was really nice to see them together again, like both of them. And, you know, I'm looking forward to, I guess, officially meeting Tingyun. Because after all, Tingyun was, you know, in the form of Fantalia when we first technically met Tingyun, but it wasn't Tingyun. You get what I'm trying to say? So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the real Tingyun is, so to say, with that. As for Ron May, to be honest with you, I still don't really trust her. I don't trust her motives behind a lot of things. You know, ever since that chapter that happened a while back, but I'm not going to get into it. Point is, I'm very much looking forward to the development of both Sunday and Fugue or Tingyun. So, we'll see what happens, right? So, I'll see you all in the next video. You take care. And like I said, I'll do a, you know, I guess, you know, I'll watch every single Star Rail trailer video. And I'll discuss it, right? So, I'll see you all then. Stay safe and healthy, guys. And let's go on another journey to the stars. Take care.